Have you ever had someone say to you, he's over there, or he's behind you, or he's, no, the other direction. No, I didn't mean that, the one to the left. He is over there. Probably the definition of the worst callout you can give in gaming. And today, I'm going to be giving you the only guide you will ever need for callouts in Rainbow Six Siege. I did in fact get this video topic from the Discord. If you would like to go ahead and suggest a video topic in the future, maybe have it picked, there is a link to the Discord down below. We'll discuss everything from how callouts can help you to build up your map knowledge and build it up for when you start playing in teams, or playing with teams in the future potentially, and as well how it can massively help you out in solo queue, not only to practice it yourself but also for your teammates, and I'll also cover the structure of a callout and many more tips and tricks for it. Now, first of all, we need to talk about how callouts can be so useful for you and your team, but more specifically you, because I know a lot of you will solo queue and you won't get any response from your callouts, but the fact is those callouts that you're still giving, no matter how many people hear it, are still really useful for you. Callouts allow you to practice your map knowledge and practice essentially giving a callout to random people, which is going to train you for when you are doing it in your team if you've already got one, or you're trying to practice callouts in a solo queue not with the team, or in the future you might pick up a team if you're currently solo queuing. A callout is essentially repeating map knowledge, therefore it's going to massively improve your map knowledge, and when it comes to that situation where you see the room, you know you've given that callout multiple times, you can give it out again, because it's going to be building up a lot of long-term memory. And if you are trying to learn map knowledge right now and you're currently building up in the short-term form of learning the map knowledge itself, and that information is going into the short-term memory. However, in order to get it into the long-term memory, what we need to do is repeat it. That is one of the methods. And a great way to repeat it whilst actually playing the game is playing the game and giving callouts, because you're going to be learning the map knowledge, you're also going to be repeating it to try and get it into that long-term memory. A callout and practicing them also gets you quite used to speaking to other people in a team, and even if you're playing with randoms. Now, how a callout can help your team is pretty self-explanatory. It gives them a load of information very quickly in a short period of time and essentially allows them to pinpoint the enemy's location. However, in solo queuing, a callout is still extremely useful. If you're the only one with a mic on your team or the only one speaking, still give them callouts, because you're not only practicing it to yourself in solo queue, but also you are giving that information to your teammates. The majority of them still have their headphones on, and the majority of them can still hear other people coming through the other end. Therefore, simply continue to give those callouts because they're going to be really useful. The majority of people in solo queue will be listening out for information on the other end of the line. Whether they don't always expect it, you giving it will allow them to hear it. There's not really a negative for this situation. However, unless you run into toxic people who aren't going to give callouts but they're going to speak and send some toxicity to your way. And I know many of you do have to deal with this, and the best thing to do is simply mute all of the text chat and mute all of the voice chat. But still continue to give those callouts. You could, if you wanted to, if you're really not sure on or not comfortable with it, what you can do is simply mute everything that they can communicate through at the very start of the game and continue to give callouts, because you can practice it and they can also hear it. However, what you could do instead is wait for that toxicity to arrive, if it does, because it won't always, and then simply mute them straight after and continue. The decision is up to you. Either way, the message is here: don't let someone else stop your improvement. Now the question is, how do you give out a proper callout? Now it can depend on a lot of circumstances, whether you die to someone, you need to give a callout, whether you see someone on cameras and give a callout. However, there are a few basic rules that will apply to most of them. Now, a few bits of information are more important than others, therefore you will need to give them first before you give the other ones. For example, a key part of a callout is giving the operator that you have seen, if you know them. If it might be an Ash for an example, then you need to say this ideally not straight away. And this is because other information is going to be more important. Still give that information that the operator is Ash. However, if you have just died, and for example you're playing on Clubhouse and you've gone ahead and died in bedroom, you need to say that I've died in bedroom and there is an Ash, because the location is a lot more important. As I did mention that this topic was suggested by someone in Discord, they also gave a lot of other information for it. If you would like to join the Discord, there is a link down below. And they suggested an acronym, which I really do quite like. It is more of the basic version of a callout, however it simply goes to location, for example maybe white stairs, and then the operator being Ash, and then going. Where are they going to? Where are they going to be pushing to? Where does it look like they're moving to? It might be really explicit that they're going to be pushing through XYZ, or it could be a little more uncertain. And the acronym is LOG. So whenever you are going to give a call out, think log, location, operator, and going. The location is fairly straightforward. It comes down to map knowledge, which we will get into in a little bit, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Then the operator is pretty much self-explanatory. What operator do you see? What operator killed you? Then you have going. This is where they're going to be pushing to. It might be a little hard to tell, but there are a few ways. Your general map knowledge will help, because you can then figure out where is the best location for them to push. If you're in their situation, what's the best path for you to get to your objective? And when you combine all this into account and take what you do in your own situation, you can probably figure out where they're going. That acronym can be used for many situations, including when you die. Not only that, you can also state where you died, and if you're on a camera, you can say that you scanned them on camera, or you could have found them on camera, just so your teammates know that they have that camera to check back on if they need to. When following that acronym, it is very, very useful. However, if there's any more information that you think might be useful, ask yourself, would I want this information? If the answer is yes, then go ahead and give it. No extra information can really do any harm, just make sure you give the important details first. You also have to take into account, which is massive, is that information can die out within seconds. Therefore, you have to give this call out instantly as soon as it happens. You need to be quick on it. You know when you go to drone someone out and then you think you can push in, it takes you 5 seconds to get out of your drone and then you're there in the location and you get killed because all of a sudden they've popped up again. In that 5 seconds, that player can move very, very far. That is a lot of time, which is why a lot of you don't realize how quick information and intel can die out, which is why it's very useful to give it straight away. Make sure you're predicting for the information to die out. Map knowledge is also absolutely huge for callouts, because it does come down to location and going when you are going to be using the log acronym. I have covered a full guide on map knowledge. It is an older video, but the information is still absolutely relevant and it is the best guide for map knowledge. There will be a card in the top right if you do need to learn it. Map knowledge is something you need to have down and to continue to actively practice. Continue to learn map knowledge. What you can do is ask other players questions after that round. If you're in a team, for example, ask them what's that location called. Be wanting to learn. On top of that, if you're still in the process of learning your callouts and you might not know all of them yet, you may be missing here or there, or you may be missing a lot of them. What you can do is describe the location. If your team is okay with this, if you're solo queuing it, is perfectly fine. More information the better, and solo queue is always the go-to. Therefore, describe it. What does it look like? What color are the stairs? Is it the stairs? Simply describe it and what you would look. Remember, giving callouts not only benefits you, but also your team in any situation and any form of matchmaking. That is the only guide you will ever need to callouts, and if you do want to learn the map knowledge guide, there will be a card at the end of the video that is going to take you to it. If the video did help you out, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. If you've got any questions about callouts or want to come and watch me call out live on stream, I do stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.